Coil changing has never been easier. You can just boom, pop, pow, coil out, juice, no leakage, no nothing, still full in there. New coil, let's just imagine this is a new coil. Pop it in, tip, boom, lock it up, and you're good. You just changed your coil. That fast. Greetings everyone and welcome to what will surely be an exciting video. My name is Ronnie and today I will be doing my best impression of a vape reviewer. That's right, watch out Grim Green, Phil Brisardo, Jay Hayes, watch, I'm coming, I got my eyes on you, I don't. Anyway, I am the manager of Big Chief Vapor Products in Chalmette, Louisiana, and today we are going to be going over reviewing, taking a look at, I'm going to give my honest assessment of the Vaporesso Swag PX80. Almost called it the LOUK for some reason. But we're off to a good start. I was sent this product by Vaporesso for the purposes of this review. Not necessarily this review. I think they just wanted me to like review it and send them feedback. I filled out a little form and gave them my honest feedback, as I will give you right now. I'm up in the Big Chief offices and we got things going on. People burst in the door on my right, they burst in through the door on my left, and yeah, I'm gonna have to cut all that stuff out if it happens. Hopefully it won't. Anyway, I didn't think I was gonna get one. Long story short, couple days later, got an email saying I was approved and the product's on the way. A month or two after that, boom, it showed up. We did an unboxing on the Facebook page. If you want to go dig through the Facebook page a couple weeks, or if you're watching this a year from now, good luck finding it. But did the unboxing on Facebook, super excited to get it, and now I've been with it for about 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks now, and I think we're good enough to do the review. I've been with this guy for 2 weeks. We have some on the way. The Vaporesso PX80 is already on the way to Big Chief Vapor Products. It's probably already here by the time you're watching this, so come on in, stop by, take a look at the PX80. But first, you can finish this video real quick. Let's go ahead and get all the talking out of the way. Let's get to the bare bones of this baby right here. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna turn it over. We're gonna flip it. Gonna uppy closey time. Here we go. Let's go. Need to come up with original content. Boom. Go. Alright, welcome everyone to the Up Close with the Vaporesso Swag PX80, and I'm getting used to having my hands over here on the other side of the camera and like doing everything, yeah, looking through a camera lens. Anyway, this is the box for the Swag PX80 right there. Go ahead and give you the Broadway turnaround, right? All your specifications right there, everything that comes in the box right there. We're going to be going over all of that in just a moment. This is the gunmetal gray version, and this is the scratch and sniff that is definitely chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water. So let's open this guy up right there. Bada boom, bada bing. Bam, there we go. Package has been opened. Let me slide that over the Horizon Tech logo. You're welcome, Vaporesso. And then we'll find, this is where your instruction manual will be located, but I tossed it across the room during the first look box opening, which you can find on Facebook if you feel like digging that up. This is your charger, your USB-C charger. Right there, plugs into any USB, of course. Here is what it's all about. This is the Vaporesso Swag PX80 up close and personal. Boom. There she is. And of course, yours will not. It will not come filled with juice. This is mine that I stuffed back in the box just to do this little segment, and yeah, let me find the hole there. So let's go over this guy real quick. first things first from the top, little juice residue right there. Single 18650 battery. It's going to go right here. Boom. Got a little plus sign down at the bottom. If you can see that, your plus, the positive side down. This little screwy part, threads are super clean, super smooth. Screws right on. Screw that all the way down. Screen will turn on automatically as power reaches the board. And this is going to come with the 0.2 coil pre-installed. That is going to go 45 to 60 watts. I burned mine during the box opening video, so currently you would have a replacement coil right about there. That's the 0.3 coil that goes 32 to 45 watts. That is what I have in here right now. And that is your GTX coil right there. Fits in the PM80s, the PM40s, the PM30s. GTX coils are being used in quite a few mods right now. And I think that's because the FDA is locking everybody down, and they're just starting to use their coils across multiple platforms because they have to file a PMTA for every single coil they make. Inside of the coil, you will have antibacterial flax cotton right there. That is the wicking material, antibacterial flax cotton. It is a 4 milliliter pod. So you'll be able to fit 4 milliliters of e-liquid right in there. I find myself filling it a couple of times a day. Excuse me. You have an embedded IML screen, which means it's there and then it's not. It's really cool. This is the first mod I've had with the IML screen. I guess it's a thing, but I am trapped in the 80s or something because I don't know about these things. But yeah, look at that. No screen. Bam, there's the screen. So cool. As far as the body of this device is concerned, you have your super smooth IML screen side. Got that carbon fiber look. It's just a look though. It's like a glossy type of finish. And on the other side, a nice soft, rubbery, leathery type of material. It's squishy. You can squish it. Squish, squish, squish. But yeah, USB charging port right there. USB-C pops in right there. Your adjustable airflow. Let's go over the adjustable airflow. You got the inlets in the pod, more inlets on the device. You can match those up. That's like maximum airflow wide open. Or you can tighten it on up. Give you a more restricted feel. I don't want to close it off all the way. Not trying to flood this thing out. It needs a little bit of airflow, you know. Let's go over it. So, right here, the coil changing technology never seen before by human eyes. At least not by these human eyes. I've never seen anything like this. I think it's pretty cool. So right up top here, the tip is going to twist. And you can see that there's an arrow right on the tip, and you have a little lock and an unlock symbol right there. So this is locked and this is unlocked. So once you unlock your tip, so to speak, you are then going to be allowed to change your coils without even vaping through your juice, without dumping out your juice, no wasting your liquid at all. So with the coil unlocked, I'm just going to give this a little push. Boom. Coil pops out, which is cool in itself. You can take your coil completely out. As you can see, no coil, no leaking. Still filled with juice. Pretty nifty little feature, if I must say so myself. Nothing. So you can change your coils easier than ever before with this guy. I think that is the coolest thing. Let me see if I can. Coil pops right back in, and your tip will extend, which will tell you that your coil has been placed properly, and then lock your tip, just so where that doesn't happen in your pocket or anything like that. And there you go. That is the PX80 pod. Super, super cool. Before we jump up top, let's go over one last little thing. How do you fill this guy up? Let me tell you right now, it's just this little piece right here. Don't you worry. It's just this little silicone, little plastic piece, and it's if I've got a gripe, it's with this little guy right here. I kind of just shove my nail under there, kind of forcefully pop that right open, and then you can fill your pod right on up. I am currently vaping the Twist Pampaya at 6 milligrams of nicotine, and we will go ahead and fill this up to the top right now. Oh, this is fun. Boom. And there we go. And also, while we're here, let's go over this. I'm going to get better at knocking all this stuff out in one take, but here we go. Let's go over the screen real quick. This right here is your screen, and you have your wattage right up top there. The mode that you're in is right here. That's going to be impossible to see, isn't it? Got your battery life indicator. This will tell you where you're best at, best 32 to 45 watts. It's going to read your coil and tell you where it will fire best at, the ohms of your coil, and the puffs that you have had on that coil. I'm at 824 puffs on this coil. It is reaching its limit. I'm going to have to change it out very soon. Also, while we're here, to get into the menu, you're just going to press the up and the down at the same time. Just press the up and the down at the same time. There you go. It's like, I can do this with one finger. And you have the variable wattage right up top, variable voltage right there if you want to change it in voltage. You have the smart variable wattage that is going to automatically set your coil where the device deems it best at. I don't like that personally because I like to be able to set it where I want it. For instance, the 32 to 45 watt coil, it puts it at 40 watts. I like it more at like 36 watts. So the puff counter, that's how you're going to reset your puff counter there. The theme, you can go into the theme and you can change from pink, green, blue. I like the blue. And you can default, send it back to its default settings, and that is how you exit right there. That is the menu system and the screen for the Vaporesso PX80 Swag Edition, Swag PX80 Edition, whatever it's called. Alright, time for the cool catchphrase. Are we ready? Let's send it back up top. We are going to let's cast the net. We're going to cast the net. Here we go. Back up top. Cast the net. It doesn't make sense, I know. And that was an up-close look at the Vaporesso Swag PX80 with the blurry numbers on there. We need to get a better camera. It'll happen in time. We'll see where we go. Maybe we won't. Maybe this isn't gonna. Anyway, let's rock and roll. What are my thoughts? What are my feelings on this guy? Let's break it all down real quick. Let me grab my notes. I actually took notes here. One day, maybe we'll be able to stick it all in my head so I can remember it. But as for now, we're working off of notes. But on the real, I tried to take this seriously, and I'm trying to actually, pros and cons and all that stuff, trying to give my honest review, trying to be absolutely 100% real with my experience with this guy. I'm just not trying to sell them for the hell of it. I'm trying to give them to people, not give them, we can't give them away. Maybe we can give at least one of them away. Let's see how that works. Come into the shop in a week or two from now. I'll see what I can do in that regard, giving away a free Swag PX80. We'll see what we can do. But no promises on that one. What was I saying? I ramble too much. I talk too fast. I tried to take this seriously, and I think I have. I had experience with these coils before. It's the GTX coils that they're using, as mentioned in the same coils that were used in the PM80. The Target PM80 leaked like a waterfall, as I said already. It was crazy. You'd get a couple of days of great flavor, good use, everything was fine, and then the floodgates would open and that shit would pour out. But this guy, I've been with it on the same coil for 2 weeks now. 2 weeks, and I go back and forth. I'm not vaping on this completely 100%. I swap around with the Force as well. Yeah, mostly slightly more. I use this, and then I use that. I bounce around, but I use them both consistently throughout each day. For the last 2 weeks, I've been making sure to use them both as consistently as possible, especially this guy. I wanted to know about those coils, because with my experience with the PM80, when you would leave it sit, like I would go to bed at night and just pop it on the bedside, and yeah, you'd wake up and there's a puddle of juice, like your whole tank is leaked out into the pod section, into the juice well, whatever. It's not a juice well, but it turned into a juice well. So I wanted to make sure that when this guy sits, it's not just going to pour out, because that was my guess with the PM80. When it sits for too long, those drips turn into puddles. Not so with this guy, not so. As you can see, maybe you can see right now, there's nothing on the inside visible. On this though, you can see how the droplets, they formulate around this little metal piece right here at the bottom by the airflow. For whatever reason, that's where the liquid seems to migrate. And yeah, let's go over the pros and cons. I'm rambling, not listening to my notes at all. So, pro. Coil changing has never been easier. You can just boom, pop, pow, coil out, juice, no leakage, no nothing, still full in there. New coil, let's just imagine this is a new coil. Pop it in, tip, boom, lock it up, and you're good. You just changed your coil. That fast. So, definite pro right there. Coil changing has never, ever, ever been as simple as this. Also, super compact design. Literally just as tall, on this section, just as tall as an 18650 battery. And then just as wide as an 18650 battery plus the pod. So imagine two 18650 batteries next to each other. That's about how wide this guy is. Fits right in the palm of your hand. Boom. I don't want it to fall. But yeah, literally the size of the palm of your hand. Super compact design. Feels great. The button's it's a little too small for my hands, honestly. I have to kind of hold it crookedified to get that fire button, or else I'd be, see, if I was firing with my index finger, I fire with my thumb. I'm a thumb fire guy, I don't know. If I fired with my index finger, it's perfect. Fire with your thumb, gotta kind of crookify it a little bit. It is what it is. I don't mind it at all. So that's that. And yeah, 36 watts, vaping it at 36 watts. Let's crank it up. Let's go to 45. Maximum wattage on the 0.3 coil, 45 watts. Here we go. Boom, does what it's supposed to do. It does exactly what it is supposed to do. Got away from the pros and cons again. Let's so pro, coil changing has never, ever, ever been this simple. Super compact design. I love the way it feels. This leather side, I wish it was the leather on both sides, but it is what it is. The screen is awesome. That intelligent little screen that just pops up out of nowhere, love it. Has all the information you need on there. Tells you where your coils are best at. Tells you your puffs, your battery life, the wattage. The modes are super easy to bounce between. Definite pro right there. The leaking is much, much, much less than the PM80. That's a pro, because it's the same coils, different pod design, and maybe it was just the pod design of the PM80 that made him leak so much. I'm not really sure. I know that this guy, after 2 weeks, the PM80 would be leaking like crazy. This guy is not. Swag is nuts. Definite pro. Definite pro in that regard. Now let's move over to the downsides. The downsides. Everything has downsides. McDonald's has downsides, right? Anyway, I say anyway a lot. I say anyway and but a lot. Those are my two favorite words in the English language. Anyway. Let's jump right into the cons real quick. On the real, the same experience with the GTX coils in the Target PM80. They do not hold flavor for weeks at a time. I know we got customers here that with nunchaku coils or Falcon coils that go 2, 3, 4 weeks on a coil. I don't see that happening with this guy. I don't. It's possible, maybe, because it's not like they're burning out. You know, I'm changing them before I get that burnt taste. I'm changing them once that flavor diminishes, and that could be me going vape blind to the flavor, just getting vape tongue from the flavor, say vaping the same flavor for too long, and it happens to me every 60 milliliters or so. But when it happens to me in the middle of a 60 mil, I blame the coil, and I'm blaming these coils. I get about 500 to 600 puffs, maybe 400 to 600 puffs, somewhere in that 400 to 600 range. You're going to notice that flavor start to take a dip. It's going to start to decline a little bit. Once it gets to a point to where I feel like I'm not vaping any flavor, I'm just kind of vaping, that's when I change my coil. Oh, that's right, this is probably my biggest con right here. Biggest con. And it's not that crazy. Every refillable pod has its annoyances. This one is just really annoying because I have to pry this out. Yeah. You know? I wish it was simpler. I wish it was just had a little lip or something. Like, who did that? Was that... Oh man, somebody had that little lip that they added. Is that Anakin? I feel like that was Anakin with the Chroma Z. Had that little lip that you can grab and just boom, pop it open. Super simple, super easy. This one not so much. Need a little bit of a fingernail strength to pop that guy open. And just because I was grasping at cons, I couldn't find a lot of cons with this guy. It really is a good device. You can't change the tip. You're not going to be able to change that tip. It's built into the coil changing mechanism, and yeah, there's just no changing it. You can get another pod, get a fresh tip, but you're not going to be able to change the style of that tip unless they release more styles, which is possible. I think Vupu let out the MTL tip for the drag pods. Yeah, honest feedback for the Swag PX80. Would I buy one of these if I didn't get one sent to me? Absolutely. They're going to be about $50 in the store. $50 in Big Cheap Vapor Products, 135 West Genie Street, Chalmette, Louisiana. Come give us a holler. You can get these guys for $50. And we're going to try to give one away. We're going to try to do a little special. Everything's going to be done in store. The vapor world is changing. We ran into some trouble. We hit some roadblocks. And now the USPS and FedEx and UPS and everybody under the sun wants to stop delivering vape. Or else you're going to go to jail or get fined a lot of money. And, you know, I don't know. But that is for another video. Look forward to that video coming up soon, because I already recorded it. I just haven't edited it yet. It was kind of just me ranting and raving into the camera here. But anyway, I think I have rambled this time for long enough. Come into the shop. Come see us. Big Cheap Vapor Products, 135 West Genie Street, Chalmette, Louisiana. We've got deals going on all the time. We've got a different sale every day. Got the flavor of the week going on every week. Come on. Come on. Come give us a holler. Come see me. Come see Sean. Come see Raven. Come see Big Cheap Vapor Products. I'm going to stop rambling. Until next time, I've been Ronnie. You have been watching this. And I thank you so much for making it to the end. If you're hearing these words, you've made it to the end. Thank you very much for that. Who dats, and may the force be with you.